Hello, everybody. Welcome to Founders Live Seattle. I am Nick Hughes. I'm the CEO and founder of Founders Live, and we're here tonight to celebrate entrepreneurship. We are here to hear amazing artists and musicians. We're here to hear 5 great pitches from Seattle startups, and we are here to have a great networking experience afterwards. So excited for tonight. But before we get started, we have a special guest to bring us into the evening, to bring us into our experience. And I'm going to introduce Ali Diane. Ali, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. Super excited to be here. How are you?
Good. Welcome to Founders Live Seattle.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. It's interesting being on performing in front of you guys through a computer, but I'm excited to at least get to know you guys and sing for you all.
Well, great. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this. And, I want to give a shout out to, Nick Ellingson, who we will hear from later. He was the one that introduced us he's from WTIA. And he said, hey, if you're interested in a great musical artist, I got one for you. So really excited. Ali, I would love for you to take it away and gonna play a few songs for us. How many are we looking at before the competition starts?
I'm gonna sing about 4.
Okay, great. Well, I would like you to go ahead and have the floor and take it away.
Cool, thank you. So, my name is Ali Diane. I'm a singer-songwriter from Seattle, Washington. I started writing my own music back in 2016, and then I started to work with this guy, this amazing producer in Seattle. His name's Jake Crocker, and we have been writing a lot of stuff lately. I cannot wait to show you guys some of them. This first one is going to be a song called Tempting, and it's basically about a night of having fun and realizing, you probably shouldn't let your emotions go into it too much. So it's called Tempting. You're so very tempting when you walk around, feeling kind of hazy, can't wake up my daydream. I could use precaution, don't know who's at fault. I just wanna touch you, even if it's wrong. First thing on my mind when I wake, when I sleep is you. Last thing on my mind is what we'll run into. I'm hooked on the feel, cannot quit, I want more. I've seen that look in your eyes, I know just what you want. I lose my self-control by pretending I'm not lost. If I had one more night with you, I would wonder what we would be, forget what we should be. No, you're tempting, you know you was fine, better pretend it's undone. I just want you to myself, oh no, you're tempting. Tie me down to your gaze, standing on your angle, far from being perfect, good imagination, telling me he's no good, I don't hear a thing, doesn't want to label, holding down his dreams. If you didn't waste my time, you'll be mine. Thank you for the benefits, it's just not right. Making me feel stupid, wanting more than a night. But you drag me down like I'm 6 feet in. I won't fall for this, I won't. I've seen that look in your eyes, lost my self-control, but pretending I'm not lost. If I had wine, oh, you're tempting wine, you're tempting, you're tempting, you're tempting, you're tempting wine, you're tempting tempting. Thank you. I love that one. I am looking to have a music video for it in the near future, and it's gonna be really cool. I'm excited about that one. This next one I'm doing is one of my first ever songs I've written, and it is special to me. It's on my YouTube. It's called Right Now, and I do have a music video for it. So once again, guys, if you guys want to check me out, please go on to my webpage. It's www.allydiane.com. All of my social medias and everything that you guys want to follow is on there, so I love it. This next one's called Right Now. All the words running through my mind, girl, you're crazy. What we hate, I knew I was blind. You won't face me, you're sweet, gone through this before. I'll open up the door, maybe I only know this kind of love. I hope I get free of you, meant more to me. I can't play your game. It was clear to see just what you became. No, I wasn't supposed to end. Right now, I feel like there's a chance. Right now, I still like romance. You make believe that I believe that this could all turn out. Right now, I feel something's changed. It wasn't just a thing to me. Stay. I had to walk away. I knew this wasn't gonna last. We cut these feelings fast. I knew you weren't gonna be the one. I couldn't just call it done, knowing you it was all just for the chase. Wasn't the right place. You meant more to me. I can't play your game. It was clear to see just what you became. No, I wasn't supposed to wait. Right now, I feel like there's a chance. Right now, I still like romance. You make believe that I believe that this could all turn out. Right now, I feel something's changed. It wasn't just a thing to me. To fight but lost control, and it's something the same. said it was us, then walked away. No, I wasn't supposed to end. Right now, I feel like there's a chance. Right now, I still like romance. You make believe that I believe that this could all turn out. Right now, I feel something's changed. It wasn't just a thing to me. Thank you. So that one is very special to me because it is my first original. I hope you guys like it. If you want to see the music video, go onto YouTube under Ali Diane. This next one is very interesting. It's a cover that I did with my producer called Whatever You Like by T.I. I hope you guys like it. It is on Spotify, so if you guys want to download it, I would love that. It's on all platforms. It's very different from the original, so I hope you guys like it. Whatever you like, whatever you like, yeah. Stacks on deck, Patron on ice. We can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like, whatever you like, yeah. Late night sex, feel good, so right. Gas the jet for you tonight, baby. You can go wherever you like, wherever you like, yeah. Anytime you wanna pick up the telephone, you know it ain't nothing. Drop a couple sticks on you. Money you can get in my tier, $5 million home. Drop down these, I swear, yeah. I want your body, I need your body. Long as you got me in back, you won't need nobody. Yeah, you want it, I gotta go get it. I'll buy you, tell them I'm about to be fine. Stacks on there, Patron on ice. We can pop bottles all night, baby. You can have whatever you like, whatever you like, yeah. Late night sex, feel good, so right. Gas the jet for you tonight, baby. You can go wherever you like, wherever you like, yeah. Boy, you are the hottest, love the way you drop it, your brain's so slow you into college, 100K to prize, certifications in the tropics. Everybody knows they ain't chillin' if you got it. Need to never ever gotta go to your wallet. I just take a little pancakes in my pocket. 5-6 rides with rims and a body key. Oh my god, damn great, you can get what I get. My baby can have what he wants. Going any stuff or anything, no, you ain't ever had a girl like that to buy you anything you had to say like that, yeah. I want your body, I need your body. Long as you got me, baby, won't need nobody. You want it, I gotta go get it all by it. Tell them all the road you could be quiet. Stacks on deck, Patron on ice. We can buy bottles all night, babe. Whatever you like, whatever you like, yeah. Whatever you like. So that one was Whatever You Like by T.I. Hello.
Allie, that was amazing.
Thank you.
You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that.
When did you discover your voice, and how did you get into the industry of entertainment and music and singing?
So for me, I started singing in my room for a long time. Like when I was really young, I sang like Lizzie McGuire and all of that, pretending that I was singing in front of a crowd and all that. And then it took me until junior year of high school to sing in front of anyone. And my parents actually were going to my talent show in high school, and they're like, "Oh my God, we don't know if she's good. Like, I don't know." And then I sang really good. Like usually I mimic people, make fun. I'm obnoxious in the cars when I sing, so they were like, "Oh no, she's gonna do that like on stage." So I started off there, and I was like, okay, I actually could do this. And then I started doing music theater in college, and I got my associates in music as well. And then I just started writing music with experiences that I have in my life, and that just helps me create.
So we have this theory that, musicians are entrepreneurs as well. And, although you're not maybe creating technology, you're creating a product, and you got to get it out there. And so how do you approach your journey as an artistic entrepreneur?
So for me, it's honestly like, I agree. It's all very the same. Like, because for me, I am my brand, and I want to get as much Allie Diane exposure as possible. Where like, doing live streams like this right now, going to shows. I started performing about a year and a half at a bar, and it just started going from there. And then I started to get my logo, and then I started to write more music with other people, and it just it's all about branding. It's all about promoting, just as much as any other type of business that you're trying to start. So yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult.
Yeah,
It's worth it,
It's not easy. It's not easy.
No.
How has the pandemic, this downturn, the lockdown, how has that affected you as you go about your process of performance and creating music and all that?
So for me, I'm not doing like my day job at the moment. So I'm able to write a bunch of stuff. Like I've written, I think, 5 songs in the last 3 months. And it was really hard the first month. Like I didn't know what I was going to do. Because I had so many shows lined up before quarantine, so many new places that I was really excited to go to. So I'm going to have to recircle once hopefully things are normal again. But it's been a lot of adapting for me. Like I'm focusing more on getting connected with as many people as possible, so when things are more close to normal, I'm able to just skyrocket and go from there, move forward.
Yeah. What have you seen in Seattle with the music community? Have they created things like this online, or what sort of opportunities are you seeing get created because you can't perform in person, and we don't even know when that's going to happen again?
I know. It's so sad to think, to be honest. I know So Far Sounds. I was about to perform with them, but instead I did a live stream, and they're doing pretty good with that. And there's a lot of live streams that I can be doing. Obviously, it's not the same. Like I interact and I feed off of people and their reactions, and I get to talk to people. So it is different, but everybody has to go through it at this point. So it's almost like this is the new normal. We just got to get used to it for a bit,
Yeah.
But I think it could be cool. I think I could definitely use this to my advantage, where I don't have to travel to go perform. I'm here, you know, and like you could perform with as many people as positive as much as possible. And that's kind of what I'm working on. Like there's like a thing in Nashville that I'm hoping to get onto, like a Wounded Warrior campaign. I don't know if they're doing it on a live stream or not yet. I'm kind of waiting to get details on that, but you know, stuff like that could be really cool still.
Yeah. So what if people are, if they're watching, they're listening now, what can they do to help? Like what would you like to ask them?
Ooh, okay. So all of these songs that I've performed, besides that cover of Whatever You Like, I don't have released yet. Because Jake, my producer, and I both agree that like for me, I want to get more of a fan exposure before releasing, because I don't want these songs to flop, or like, you know, for me, it'd be really cool for you guys to check out my music, follow me on Instagram, say hi to me. And, you know, I'd love to get to know everybody, and we can talk, and I can let you guys know when my next live stream is, and just stay connected. And yeah, I think it'd be really cool.
That's great. So did you have one more song prepared here before we go to the our competition?
Yeah, I do.
Let's do it.
Okay. Okay, so this one is a shorter one. It is called Done. And it was basically about a situation that you put yourself in and that you wish you didn't, and you still did, and you're like, why did I do that? And that's what this song is about. I hope you guys enjoy it.
All right.
Drove home in the middle of the night, asking myself what went wrong in my head. Lacking on myself, like just hoping and praying I'll bounce backing up my game. Well, truth hurts and I'm clinging to the feeling that this isn't just a one-night stand. I'm thinking it's time for an intervention. Keep making the same old mistakes, so you're the one to blame. You're moving close, I wish I did. Pretending it's alright. Cause we fit up insecurities, no one's going to blame. I'm making excuses for feeling so useless, for feeling so bottom time. I'm hoping, I'm wishing, quit pushing, just listen. I won't repeat myself on time. Yeah, I said it, I wish I could never had it. Cause that was me that chose myself instead of feeling empty. That's what I'm saying is that I love wasting my time, depending on somebody else to make me feel fine. But there's nothing in calling you back. I don't even get how you act when you're running your dream and I'm yelling your name in my mind. I'm sorry, I'm staring at fact that I can't even get out of bed without thinking about the way I crossed the line. When you're moving close, I wish I did. Pretend it's alright. Cause they put up insecurities, no one's just going to fight. So making excuses to feeling so useless, won't tear myself apart, I'm done. I'm hoping and wishing, quit pushing, just listen. I won't repeat myself, I'm done. And that is it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie. This has been a great show. Thank you so much. And you're going to stick around. We'll hear from you again during the voting. So really excited about that.
Sounds good. I will be here.
Well, thank you. Good to see you, and great performance.
Thanks.
Wow. Yes. Amazing performance. She's an up and coming artist from Seattle, and we're just so excited to have Ellie join us. So I am going to walk through some stuff and information. And again, just want to welcome you to Founders Live Seattle. Such an interesting time. You know, we are in a time of transition, challenge, frustration, emotion, fear, whatever word you want to use. We are in this moment, and yet here we are. So thank you for taking the time to join us. I know your time is valuable, but being a part of this community, really appreciate you being here. I'm going to walk through some thoughts and ideas, and just some of you, this is new information. Some of you, it's probably you've seen it before. But then I'm going to hit on some announcements and exciting things that we have coming down the line. Then we'll get to partner sponsors, and they will speak and share some of their thoughts. And then we will get to the competition. So Founders Live is the ultimate entrepreneurial experience and virtual pitch competition. Here we are doing this virtually. I know that we probably all desire being in person, I know, but we are taking this opportunity to really improve what we're offering. And as the global venue for modern entrepreneurs, we are building out a platform for inspiration, education, and entertainment. And we do that through our global social network and our live local events that originate out of various parts of the world that are now obviously online. The online component is really what we call the modern homepage of the homepage of the modern entrepreneur. Online community with connections, videos, articles. There's a lot of education there. I would encourage you to really dive into what we have there. But also now we have these live events, and many guests, 5 companies that are pitching, 99 seconds each, 4 minutes of Q&A from you, the audience. We'll cover all this in a little bit, but we'll have a voting experience, and then we'll have a winner that comes out of it tonight. These are live streamed around the world. So through this pandemic and all the challenges that were brought to the model of Founders Live, we have transitioned to the next generation of Founders Live. So you see that we have performance. So we're bringing in other aspects of entrepreneurship, such as music, DJs, artists of that nature, to share what they've created and hopefully help them move forward as well. We have our competition that's coming up soon, 5 early stage companies originating from Seattle. Really excited about that. Then we'll have networking at the end. That's the place where we can all meet, kind of take a little bit of an edge off, maybe grab a drink and just chill out and chat. So really excited about that. Our mission is to become the industry defining brand around the world with entrepreneurship. And we are on our way there. We started in Seattle actually in 2014. And now we're quickly expanding around the world. We've reached about 60 cities. That's somewhat official, somewhat unofficial. And this map is not as much accurate now. But we want to announce that we are excited to launch in Montreal, Quebec later this summer. It looks like July or August. We're so excited about that. That'll be our 3rd city in Canada. We did launch in Vancouver. It's been a while since we had an event. And we are also in Toronto. And so really excited to see that happen. Hey, if you want this in your city or country, please reach out. We are expanding. We are excited to get this going. And even if it's virtual, which is the direction we're going, we still want to be able to highlight the talent coming out of your city and your country. The last thing I want to cover is our core values that are so important, is why we are expanding around the world. Respectful authenticity is our #1 core value. This is about inclusion. I'm not going to spend too much time tonight talking about this, but our society has a problem. We are now working on it and becoming part of the solution. And one of those is making sure that everyone has equal opportunity to be successful. And that is 100% about what Founders Live is about. I'll touch on that in a second, but we just want you to be your authentic self. But in the same time, you have to respect others in their authentic self. The second one is what we call gather around the campfire. This is really about storytelling. And as an entrepreneur, you are crafting a story of what you see in the future. And we empower you to really find that story, find your campfire, and entertain people so they can follow you in your company. Thirdly, open the door. Look, doing great things for people without expecting a return. It's the community I want to be in. And I'll tell you that if you do that, if you lead with doing great things, it's going to come back to you tenfold. I can tell you that from personal experience. So we encourage you to open the door for people. And lastly, kind of a fun one, no name tags. We really just basically are focusing on having fun, being casual, and we believe business should be much more fun and less awkward. And so we don't wear name tags, whether it's virtual or in person. We just want to encourage people to be their authentic self. So thank you. I want to share with you a few things that are coming up that we're now making some announcements. So here we go. And you've seen this, but I want to touch on them. And most importantly, the first one is our diversity and inclusion focus. We announced this actually last fall to get it moving. Clearly, it's become much more important as the society is dealing with some of the issues that are bubbling up. And I just want to simply say that this is a focus 100% now globally. And we have driven through our system equality in pitching and global exposure, our podcast interviews, our live stream interviews, introductions and connections, and then access to investors and funding. And in the end, we focus on equality in access and opportunity for success. This is a growing topic. This is a growing focus of Founders Live. We don't have all the answers right now, but here from me, we are working on being a part of the solution. I'm not perfect. I personally say things that might be taken wrong. That's just, I'm human, and so are you. So if we can band together and just commit to learning and commit to equality, that's all we can do right now. So please join us in that. The second thing I want to highlight is what we call Founders Live Skills Sonic. This is really a partnership we rolled out that we are now working with a company, actually a Founders Live company that pitched. They're out of New York and New Jersey, and they offer a platform to connect talent and essentially freelancers with new opportunities. And so we've rolled out Founders Live Skills Sonic to highlight talent that is looking for their next gigs and then also opportunities. We encourage you to go on to Founders Live and click through and look for Founders Live Skills Sonic if you're looking for your next opportunity, or if you're looking for some talent to fill some gaps in your company. Another thing we announced recently is the Founders Live Learning Center. This is now our direction around entrepreneurial education and learning. This is free. This will always be free. We're excited about that. And as an entrepreneur, we encourage you to go into our learning center, go into what we call there's a learning community. We partnered with the Lonely Entrepreneur. They've got great courses and information to help you become a better entrepreneur, and we're excited to work with them. And lastly, I want to announce Founders Live Listens In. This is our new project around our system of feedback. You'll start seeing this pop up around, and essentially there will be a link that founderslive.listens.in. That will be a place where you have a box. You can put anything you want in there: ideas, feedback, criticism, praise, whatever you want. We want to hear your thoughts. So we are here to listen and for your feedback. So we're excited to roll that out. I want to give a shout out to my friend Osh. He's actually, his company Harmonize built this. You should check it out. Use it for your company. And then lastly, I'm really excited about this. We're announcing Founders Live Primetime. The first event will be July 15th. We are partnering with Net Capital on this one. But if you can see where this is going, we are focusing on, for this July 15th, 5 companies associated with Net Capital that are raising money right now. So you, as a viewer, can actually invest in their company, whether it's in the moment of the event or going forward. But we're going to highlight companies that are ready and raising. This is crowdfunding, by the way. This is equity crowdfunding. So you can start at $100 and go up to $100,000 to invest in these companies. We're also going to start rolling out our worldwide Founders Live Primetime series. And these will be focused on regions of the world and continents. And I think you can also see where this is going. So we're really excited to start rolling out Founders Live Primetime events that will be global in nature, having winners from past events compete possibly for a lot more prizes. So keep your eye on that. Join us for July 15th. And with that, I want to stop here, and we're going to bring up our partners, our sponsors, and I'm going to pull off my screen, and I want to bring in Melissa as the first partner. Melissa Reeves works with our presenters, and she is the one that coaches them and helps them prepare for the event. So Melissa, welcome. And how are you doing tonight?
I'm excited. I think it's really fun. This is a really fun event, and these 5 presenters worked their tails off. Yeah, they really did. Finding a story it takes work, and we came in from different angles that they hadn't thought of before in some cases. And so, yeah, it's really exciting now to see the finished product, what you're about to see.
Well, great. Thank you. Good to see you, and always such a pleasure for you working with us. You are have some slides to walk through, so I'm gonna bring you up, and I'm gonna remove myself. So feel free to walk through what you want to say and talk about story fruition.
Thank you. Yeah. So hi everyone. Yeah. I do this for a living. So I work with entrepreneurs and companies and executives, and I help them find stories that can be told really, really well, because at the end of the day, we haven't really been taught how to do that. And being a business storyteller, it is what I'd say is an essential business skill. So oftentimes I'm looking with my clients, I'm like, what stories are you telling? What stories do you need to tell? And I will help you find them. And we get together and I start interviewing you, and we start to craft the stories. And the founder story is a really good story. If you haven't crafted that one, that's one of my favorites to work on. But customer successes, like how can we tell it so that when the listener's hearing you tell a customer success story, they're actually leaning in, like they feel like they know the characters that were involved in the problem that your company solved. Those are really important, because when you have stories, they're going to remember that more than your pie chart. So it is really worth your time and your energy to create a library of stories. I work with my clients pretty thoroughly in helping them get the acting skills, because I say that with a business story, it's sales, it's marketing, it's branding, and it's also a little bit of acting, being able to really be a captivating storyteller, and it's a lot more fun too. So I work with putting my clients into my partner over here at Fluency Speak, where they have private rehearsal rooms, and it's just between me and the client, and we're going back and forth, going through various stories and scenarios and really getting it fine-tuned. So if they have a keynote coming up, they're feeling really good about their confidence because they know what they sound like and look like. And that's me. So I welcome anyone if you're interested, but to the founders tonight, go get them. You've got this. I'm really excited, and thank you for spending time with us. It's been really a great ride.
Thank you, Melissa. And what I'm excited about is what is going to come next. And I know that we've been working on some of that, and it's just kind of baby steps here. But what I'm really excited about is bringing more pitch prep and coaching and storytelling to founders that are outside of Seattle. So excited to see that come together. You heard it here first. So here we go.
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you, Melissa. Really good to see you.
Thank you. Great.
All right. We have Bill Sablon from Now CFO. Bill, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, Nick. Appreciate it.
Yeah, good to see you. Well, another Founders Live Seattle. Here we are, and please share with us a little bit more about Now CFO.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. The main story is Now CFO is an outsourced operational accounting firm, but really, when you kind of boil it down, when we work with founders, if you're looking for help bringing more money in, come talk to us. We can help you out with that. If you are struggling with too much money going out, we can help you out with that as well. If you're just looking to get a better handle on managing your money and controlling it and just having better visibility on where it's all going, where it's all coming from, that's also something we can help out with. We're here to help you out with your business in whatever way possible. And with Now CFO, we've got CFOs all the way down to bookkeepers and everything in between. And we could really, help you out with your accounting and finance, so you can actually focus on your business rather than doing, a lot of these bookkeeping tasks or preparing financial statements, doing bank reconciliations. Now that's what the firm Now CFO does, and we're in 30 plus cities across the country. One of the things that I'm doing, personally, is I love working with founders, and it's why we've been a sponsor of Founders Live here, going on 3 years, because I love meeting all the different founders, all the new businesses, people who are excited and energized about what they're doing. So working with Nick, we've kind of come up with this program where I can work with founders sort of on a budget-friendly basis, and we can have meetings. They can help out with the accounting service, and really have that one-to-one service with you to help you understand your business and all the financial aspects that are going on with it. So what I'd like to offer is, for the people pitching today, whoever that winner is, I'm going to offer a free month of my service, and we can certainly discuss what that looks like. But I just love to help out whoever that might be.
Thank you, Bill. Yeah, that's a great offer, and we have been working with you for a while, and I can just say that Bill has been such a help and such a great partner, not just in Seattle, but as we build out further around the world. So thank you, Bill, and really appreciate Now CFO.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, we got Nick Ellingson, WTIA. How are you doing? Good to see you, man. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you, Nick. Allie, good job. You
yeah.
It's been a month, so I'm excited.
Yeah, like I said earlier, this first of all, this man is responsible for many key introductions, not only in my life, but I know in a lot of yours. So, man, thank you for just being a great community citizen. Love it. I appreciate it.
I'm growing out the beard to just try and look as much like Santa Claus as I can. So, giving mood.
Tell us about WTIA.
But yeah, so good to see you all. Yeah, so WTIA, we are a nonprofit that supports tech companies in Washington. We work with about 1,000 different companies. So how that looks kind of varies, everything from public policy to health insurance to introductions to shoulder to cry on, kind of whatever you need. And for startups, we provide stage-appropriate resources. So you can see my name down there. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. You can send me an email, nick@washingtontechnology.org. And then, as always, the presenters tonight get free memberships. A few of them are already members. I won't say who because I don't want to skew the results. But for those of you that are not already, you will be getting free memberships, and excited to work with you further. So enjoy the show, everyone. I'll see you on the YouTube broadcast in a sec, and hopefully see many of you for networking afterwards.
Thanks, Nick. Really appreciate WTA, and a shout out to just I think we should just say, but the cohort, the startup cohort, is also something that is such a valuable group and experience for Seattle startups as well.
Yeah, and again, not to bias anything, but a couple members of the cohort are pitching tonight, so always love to see those folks getting some extra promotional love.
All right, see you later, man.
See you, Nick.
All right, so we're going to bring up slides once again, and I just want to mention a few other partners here. And we recently partnered with Women in Cloud, and just so excited to work with Chaitra and her team over at Women in Cloud. And she's not here tonight, so I just wanted to run through a few things real quick. They are a community-led economic development organization taking action to generate over $1 billion in net global economic access for women entrepreneurs by 2030. And they do that through partnerships with corporations, community leaders, and policymakers. So they really focus on community. They have a cloud accelerator that is really an immersive readiness program to help enterprise opportunities and global stage to showcase their businesses, and then also public policy advancement. And there's a lot of projects that they're working on here. We're really proud to be a partner of theirs. And a few things to touch on: if you're a female in a technology entrepreneur, please take a look at the Cloud Enterprise Connect. That is on July 20th. Starts at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And then the Female Cloud Founders Brunch is on the 21st. You can find all this information at womenincloud.com and /cloud exec connect. We encourage you to participate in that. They have a great growing organization, and we really, really appreciate them. So thank you, Women in Cloud. Last few I want to touch on before we get going. All presenters tonight, thanks to AWS and their Activate program, presenters receive $5,000 credit to Amazon Web Services. The winner receives $10,000. So we have a winner's package that there's a number of other things in there. Invite to join me on the podcast, with so many Seattle entrepreneurs have done. So thank you. But the winner's package is there, but the presenter's package, everyone gets $5,000. And then Google Cloud, everyone starts at $3,000. And this is to all presenters credits, $3,000 credit to Google Cloud for startups. So if you're utilizing anything Google Cloud, this is great. There's an opportunity to grow to almost $100,000 in opportunities and credits. So something to really take an eye on, and we're excited for that partnership. So again, before we get going, this is a link. You're watching it on YouTube. Please share that out to your followers. Get them on here with you. Really excited about that. And if you are ready, here we go. So we are now going to jump into the pitch competition. This is the meat and the excitement of the event. There's going to be 5 of them. I reviewed this before. 99 seconds. We will time, and then there will be 4 minutes of Q&A and 1 winner. So excited about this. We have a great lineup tonight. We have Shift Up. We have YZ. We have SimpleX, Posture Wings, and Jewel. That is a great lineup of startups. Really excited about it. So some things to note here, and I'm going to leave this up for just a moment, but if you take your phone and you scan that right now, if you're able to, that will take you to the voting poll, and you can get a jump on how we're going to vote. There's also a link below this viewing box. It's actually in the description. There is a voting poll that we're going to use, and we're going to vote on that. That's in Founders Live. So there's a link down there. You can scan that code. That will be what we vote on at the end. So please take advantage or jump on that founderslive.com so that you can get ahead of the curve. So when we vote, this is how we're going to take questions. There's a chat box right over there. Please, or I think it's over there, or if you're watching on mobile, it's down here. But please ask questions. This is the beauty of this event. If there's no questions, it's like crickets. So you're thinking things when someone pitches. I know you have questions. It's fun. We pull them on the screen, and that's how we take questions. So please, just type your questions, and we will get to them. So are we ready? And our first is, let's see, I'm gonna remove that screen, and we're gonna bring up Ray. Ray, how you doing?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Good. We have Shift Up. Ray is sharing his screen. You can find Shift Up at shiftup.tech. And Ray, when you are ready, we're going to do, let me set the timer real quick.
Hey, everybody.
All right. Whenever you are ready.
All right, I'm good.
Go ahead.
Meet John. John is stuck. John is coming up on 30. He's bagging groceries, playing Fortnite. Lots of Fortnite. But John wants more from his life. One day, he has an epiphany. He's going to make a change. He's going to hunker down, and he's going to try marketing. John pays for his first online class with confidence. But that optimism soon fades. John grows increasingly lonely, sidetracked, and frustrated. He becomes one of the roughly 85% of people who never complete their online course. Every online college, every learning platform like Coursera is trying to help John reach the finish line, but they are missing a key ingredient: physical connection. At ShiftUp, we've created learning gyms, physical spaces and communities for online students. Learning gyms offer John all the wraparound support missing from his traditional online experience: a physical community, live tutors, live events, employer connections, even a personal trainer who is their accountability buddy. And John, who's based on a real person, got a job after 5 months at ShiftUp, doubled his salary, and now plays Fortnite on the weekends, mostly. Our first gym has 40 paying members, 70% people of color, and we have a pathway to scale to 2,500 underutilized locations. We also have confirmed interest from more than 20 online providers that reach over 100 million users. We are currently seeking investors to build the educational model of the future.
Great job, Ray. You had about 2 seconds left. Great job. All right, we are looking for some questions here. And hey, I've got my first question is really around, obviously there's a physical nature to this. We're in a different challenging time. What's your plan on working in the physical virtual experiences and balancing that?
You mean specifically with COVID and everything going on right now?
Well, yeah, and then maybe what does that look like? Does that change when we can now gather in person again, or do you keep it the same if even in a year down the road?
Totally. So we went fully online around March 13th, right when everything was getting shut down. And at that point in time, there was definitely a big question as to how is this going to hit the business, for obvious reasons. When I say we moved everything online, that includes all the services except for the actual physical space itself. So that includes live coaching, virtual community. You still have your personal trainer. You still have your employer connections. We took live events online. And we also provide people with like their own learning roadmap, kind of a custom syllabus. So most of that value was actually still there, and we added a few other pieces. And the good news is that the first month we had a tiny little hit, and then after that we've grown substantially. So actually each of the last couple of months we've grown between 20 to 30% each month, and we're still having some of our highest user satisfaction. In NPS, we hit 192 a couple of the last 2 months, and our retention is super strong. So coming out of COVID, we have a viable business that can be completely online as long as COVID lasts. And coming out of it, we will have in-person and virtual memberships.
Very good. Stephanie asks, she's familiar with the stats that it relates to courses. What are the reasons why courses aren't completed? There's assumption there that certain percentage of them aren't completed.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are many different reasons for this, and it also depends whether you're talking about free online courses or, let's say, college degree students. A lot of times with online college degree students, it's a combination. I mean, there might be family issues, there could be financial issues, but usually in the top three is isolation, right? A sense of isolation from faculty and lack of relationships both with faculty and or with peers. So it's usually one of the top three issues.
Got it. How do you choose the physical spaces, especially during COVID? That's Dan, part of our Seattle team. Good to see you, Dan. What are your thoughts on that?
So how do we choose the physical spaces? The idea is, we have a letter of intent with a network of over 2,500 physical spaces. So our intent, we plan to expand through that. So luckily the specific spaces themselves, we don't have to necessarily choose that. I think the question becomes sort of where do we go with different cities? And that really depends on a combination of we also partner with large online learning providers. So you can think about large MOOC providers, massive open online courses like Coursera, Udacity, major online colleges, and other sorts. So we take where we go next depends on a combination of where are our online content providers, where are their students, where is the labor market, where the labor market needs the greatest that we can serve, and also where is just demand when we float ads across different cities and different regions. So we kind of boil those three things together to choose where, and then we go through the spaces that our network is connected to.
Very good. Jessica asks, what is the revenue model, and do the online learning platforms pay for those physical spaces?
So this is primarily a B2B2C model, where we sell to these different buckets of providers. So that's online colleges is a big one. MOOC providers like, again, the Coursera's of the world and et cetera. And then third is also online boot camps. So for two of those three categories, the online colleges and boot camps, they have a financial incentive to make sure that their students succeed and retain. And so there's actually like a financial ROI that you can calculate and you can charge them based on that. Otherwise, they lose thousands and thousands of dollars when their retention is about 50%. And then for the MOOC providers, we do typically co-promotion revenue shares.
Got it. Ray, thank you so much. Great job. And yeah, love the idea.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Oh, and then, yeah, sorry, here you go. So I should have ended on this slide, but contact information is right there if you'd like to catch us.
Great. Thanks. Thanks so much, Ray. Good job. All right. We have our next presenter, Ching Ching.
Hello.
So good to see you. Excited to hear your pitch. And we have YZ. So here we go. And are you good? You feel good? You set here?
Yes. All good.
All right. Setting the timer.
Mm-hmm.
And I will let you go.
Sure. Mark is a 35-year-old hedge fund manager. He's sharp, ambitious, and wants to make a difference in this world. But every day he sits in front of his computer and feels so overwhelmed by the constant updates on social media and the confusing news that's circulating around. And still, he feels like he's missing the most important market updates, the information that he desperately needs to help him to maximize his $100 million investment. So he picks up the phone and calls a number of data vendors, and they give him the same old stuff that everyone has been buying. It's not validated and cannot be trusted. That's until he found us at YC. YC is an AI-powered knowledge platform that extracts reliable and actionable data analytics from millions of data points online. With YC, Mark now has the most up-to-date and trustworthy information he needs to make daily investment decisions. And every day, actually, he opens up the YC dashboard and he sees all the real-time market moving signals unfolding up in front of him. Hugo Boss, a retail company that Mark is investing in, our analysis finds that the influencer activities can predict its revenue 1 month before the quarterly reports. And this helps Mark to actually get ahead of the competitions and make money for his competitors, for his clients, and for his investors. So with YC, Mark's hedge fund is now truly an hedge fund. We have the state-of-the-art technology, money in the bank, and a product to be released soon. And we're looking for investors, advisors, and early users to help us build this transformational platform and bring this information edge to everybody. Thank you.
Great job. Great job, Ching Ching. That was awesome. So my first question, and again, let's get them flowing through here. Type on those YouTube chat. Let's get those questions. Where are you primarily accessing your data, and how can users trust it's the most accurate? What is, I guess, the method of showing them that this is accurate and up-to-date information?
That's really a brilliant question, actually, Nick. And this is actually our edge as well. So to answer your first part of the question, we get the data from public, basically online. So we have Twitter data, Instagram, and news, especially the financial news and expert blogs. So those information are all public, and we crowd them every day and every minute, actually. And how do we ensure the accuracy? Actually, reliability is one thing that YC cares the most for our data. And this is also our value proposition. And how do we do that? We actually take a specific angle that actually we look at influencers and human behaviors in this database. For example, one thing that we find a lot, like people really kind of confused about accuracy is the scammers, right? Many people will think, okay, with the scammers, it's really increase the noise of the data. So what we do is that we actually analyze the human behavior online on social media and create this network characteristics to see, okay, for example, a scammer, they will send lots of messages, but people will not post or people will not have like a lot of retweets about the scammers. This kind of behavior will just reduce them. So this increased the accuracy automatically. And we also have a different way to look at the financial data and all the data that's online. So this angle we are taking is influencers and experts, because and we categorize the influencers into specific industry and domain experts. And then in this way, we rank them as well using our specific algorithm to see their impact and also look at how they are interacting with each other. For example, one influencer everybody knows is Kim Kardashian, right? So Kim Kardashian may be very influential when it comes to her impact in makeup or clothing, but she might not be that influential in adult diaper, for example. So to help our users and investors to better target their product and understand the market moving, then we increase the accuracy by looking at those behaviors and identify those influencers and experts that really matter to the market.
Got it. Got it. Wow. So how does this compare to platforms such as Koifin? Is it only for public market data, or is it private market also included?
We have both private and also public, but they will look a bit different because the users will be different, right? So for public market, it's more on the stock price. It's more like real-time dynamic. For the private market, it's more, people will look at more fundamental and also a lot of other information. How we look at both markets is that we take, again, 3 different angles. First is we look at the public sentiments towards companies, how the public mood they are reacting towards the company, and how it's changing over time, and compared to the other competitors, and compared to also with the industry as well. And also the second one is we look at the news of those companies, update them. And the third one, as I mentioned already, is the influencer and experts. We dive really deep to look at each companies. What are the main influencers, experts that's really talking about those companies and may influence the performance or even the the stock price of those companies in the short run and in the long run. For example, a famous, it might get a little political here, but when Donald Trump mentioned Amazon and said something really bad about Amazon, the stock price went dramatically down. So this kind of things, it's like something that we are definitely monitoring, and also we see how this is correlated to the stock market using our algorithm and also using our technology.
Very good. Very good. I think we have time for one more question, and it's really around, business model. How do users pay to get this data? Do you offer monthly plans on this? What's that look like?
Yeah, so we have actually 2B and 2C. 2B, we look at mostly 2 ways. One is API. So we are a technology company, and our position is data analytics. So we provide API service to business. They can call our API and get the data and insights they need. And the second one is subscription. So this is 2B and 2C. So people can pay monthly and yearly, and also actually pay per use. So if you want to download a report, or if you just want to see the market news alert, one function of it, then we also have that option as well.
Very good. All right. Ching Ching, thank you so much. Great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Founders Live, and thank you, everybody. Have a good evening.
You're welcome. Great job. Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting. So up next, we have Simply X, and we have Rohit. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
Yeah. Doing well. All right. Let's, share your screen. I do not see that popping up yet, so please share your screen, and we'll get your slides up and running. While we're waiting for him to share his screen, another reminder of one, we're taking questions through YouTube chat. Number two, if you simply go to founderslive.com and join right now or sign in, that is where we're going to vote later. So please remember that. All right, you got your screen. Here we go. You tell me when you are ready and you can rock and roll.
Right. Imagine that you are networking and with confidence, you give your business card to a potential connection. How do you know that your card left a lasting impression? How can you ensure that the product and services you provide as a professional is accurately represented by the business card you gave? So we are using a traditional tool, a paper business card, which is an insufficient method in 21st century information exchange. What if we use a smart business card instead and make an impressive introduction? Plus, your professional identity is saved in their contact list forever. Now imagine that you are in a shopping mall in Nordstrom and you see a product and scan SimplyX beacon with your mobile phone. It will instantly display YouTube video reviews, social comments, discounts available, purchase you online without having to search over the internet. SimplyX's objective is to connect people with physical product with internet identity. Anything and everything sold in the market can be linked to check its authenticity with SimplyX's smart, readable tag in the product. SimplyX will point you to all relevant information in a consolidated report and display them in your mobile screen. So ultimately, you can verify those information and make an educated purchase decision. So we are selling lifestyle, not just another technology. Our SaaS-based platform enables individual and large companies to effortlessly navigate and create their own solution, which are instantly deployable in their business and personal use. SimplyX is designed to be a reusable platform and management tool, providing access to multiple creative analytical features built in. So we are creating the next level of convenience. SimplyX, information exchange made simple for everyone. Thank you.
Great job. This is really interesting. Very interesting stuff. My first question here, as the next questions flow in, is the first thing that jumped into my mind was some security and privacy aspects of this. So can you talk a little bit about the system and how you've approached building that with security and privacy in relative aspects of the product?
Yes, security is one of our primary concern, and the way it works is we have encoded our URL. If someone wants to scan their card, we send a URL encoded version. And also we house our application in AWS, Amazon Web Services, and which means that it is always secure and the foolproof that it's a highly secure environment.
Very good. Many have tried to solve this using beacons. That's Luis, great point there. As you're describing it, how are you different? I remember 5-7 years ago, beacons were very popular. How are you different than that?
So the only difference in our beacon technology and the rest of the technology and initiative that has been taken a few years ago is that there is a privacy of privacy. It's basically we are not going to push any notification without their consent. It means that we need to have SimplyX, a mobile app installed in order to receive the beacon information. And this is one of the way we are doing it, but there are different use cases we have right now. So our for now, the beacon technology is limited to only people who are SimplyX members only.
What is a bigger priority, business cards or products, and why? And I would like to just add a little bit to that is, are you attacking both of those, or which one is a bigger priority right now? So which one is more important and where you would go first?
So we have two different verticals. We have B2B and B2C. And business to business, we deal with industries. And for B2C, for individual users, which is a business card, they use business card, and it's like one-time pay, lifetime use. But for industrial usage, it is a subscription-based model. So we are working with so many Seattle-based companies, advertisement industries. So yeah, those are both of them are priorities, but we consider both of them are revenue growth will be higher in both these areas.
So Akil says the networking use case seems very cool, but could you expand on the retail product side of it? You know, what sort of, just a little more information on what that experience would be.
So the retail market is one of our primary customers. We're planning to, because these NFC tag, which is a near field communication or QR code tag, they come in a very inexpensive tag. These are small little stickers. And the whole idea is that if you place these stickers in the product packaging of the product, it means that you are scanning what is inside the product. Basically, you are seeing the whole picture. You don't have to read that. You can read it in your screen, and you can pay the amount right there and walk out, because these are tags, and this tag will detect if someone is not paying. It will detect, the RFID will detect it's not paid. So retail industry is one of the industry which we are planning to go for within a couple of years.
Very good. All right, SimplyX, great job. Great pitch, interesting product.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job. All right. As we transition, we have Posture Wings coming up next. But Melissa, real quickly, tell us a little bit of the angle of when you work with them on pitching, and especially story. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So we have 2 half-hour sessions, and in the first 20 minutes of the first one, sometimes they're ready and they have something that they want to do, and I listen to it. But I on purpose do not research them, because I want to be that person who comes off the elevator and says, "So, what do you do for a living?" And so I don't have any preconceived notions. And then I listen to them. I ask a lot of questions, and then once I start to understand it, I start to going to work with them visualizing a customer scenario where they have a problem and then they are going to fix it. So that's what we're doing, is we're trying to take in the narrative that there's, you know, point A to point Z, and how do we get there? As we're dropping in business data and kind of sneaking it into the narrative and doing it all in 1 minute and 39 seconds.
Not easy, but we're seeing the work come to fruition. How about that?
Catchy.
All right. Thank you. Good to see you again. We have Mary with Posture Wings. How are you doing, Mary?
Good.
Good. All right. If you could share your screen, we'll pop you right up there.
I thought I was.
I am not seeing it. So please walk through that process that we had practiced before. As Mary is sharing her screen, want to again reiterate how great these pitches have been. Everyone's been basically right on time. We are seeing them come in right within a few seconds. So you all are doing great. And we are going to be hearing from Mary. Hopefully she's able to share her screen here.
Oh.
So, you know,
Sorry,
Mary.
I don't know why. I thought I was already sharing. Oh,
So,
I remember. Sorry.
okay, Mary, if you're having trouble and if you need to back off, oh, there you go. We got it. No, we got it. There we go. All right, Mary.
I apologize.
It's okay. Here we are. You're ready to rock. You go, and I will start this, and I will jump off.
All right. Are we ready?
Yep.
Thanks. How's your posture right now? Seriously, did you just move? Did you know bad posture and biomechanics is a cause of an epidemic of pain called musculoskeletal disorder? In 2006, I was in constant pain. One morning, I woke up and could not move my arms due to compression on my neck from my poor posture. At the end of my therapy sessions, they would tape my shoulders in an effort to improve my posture. But the tape just pulled my skin, and there was no comfortable brace or easy, and none of them were effective. And that is what was the birth of Posture Wings. patented adjustable shoulder support. These are prototypes that were created at NC State College of Textiles. At the beginning of my journey, I did not want to wear a bra and a brace. And women suffer way more pain than men. And a bra is not a disruptive product. And so Posture Wings is really focused on the bra market. I've worked with multiple experts in biomechanics and physical therapy and technical textile garments. I'm rated top 100 femtech globally. I've won the Seattle Health Innovator Award. I've got one of the #1 Forbes podcasts. I attended the Hacks Incubator in Shenzhen, China. And I'm currently looking for licensing opportunities and $500,000 for additional testing. Thank you very much.
Great job, Mary. That was incredible. Interesting product, and yeah, it's something that does need to be solved. My background in physiology back in the day when I studied at university, we really did focus on understanding posture and how important it is to health. So very good. Is there a market segment you are focusing on more at the moment in terms of maybe demographics or age, or what sort of market segments are you focusing on currently?
Well, it's definitely the bra. Actually, I could have gone through a whole nother 99 seconds on the bra is inherently flawed. And that's what I discovered making, 1,000 prototypes. And so I'm very passionate about changing women's overall health. In addition to musculoskeletal disorders that they suffer, women are 80% autoimmune diseases. We suffer more anxiety, depression, and our bras are actually causing bad posture. So that's what I'm really passionate about.
Very good. And on that topic, Jessica asks, are you focusing more on recreational everyday bras or sports bras, or can you dive a little deeper on that?
Yeah, so sports bras is an easy in because women will sacrifice looks for function. We know that because the sports bra came out, although it doesn't really work effectively. So I really like to shift the whole market concept of the fact that having lacy fabric over your breast tissue makes you attractive. I really think being healthy and vibrant and having healthy breast tissue support is so important. So probably sports first because it's an early adopter, but we still want our date night bra, but the lingerie bras will come later.
Right. Does the design that helps you hold your shoulders back impact your muscle strength? So maybe talk about the dynamics between posture, I guess, pressure, and then muscle strength.
Well, yeah, that's exactly the key. That was a great question because that's why Posture Wings works where nothing else was. So it's the ability to adjust the shoulder and allow for full freedom of movement. When you allow for full freedom of movement and your skeleton has been positioned in the correct place, then those correct muscles automatically get targeted. That was one of the big problems with all the other braces out there now. They were elastic and Velcro. They weren't sophisticated in their design. And they did one of two things. They tried to straighten your spine or pull your shoulders back. And when they pulled your shoulders back, they came from under your armpit. So Posture Wings is really the ability to put your skeleton where it needs to be, lets you have full freedom of movement, and those right muscles automatically build and take away the pain.
Very good. Last question. Jessica again asks, have you considered focusing on specialty bras for like large-breasted women who suffer disproportionately from back pain with a lot of that pressure?
Yeah, so here's the interesting thing. I thought that when I made my first run that I'd run out of the extra large, but I actually ran out of the smalls. So not to say that the bigger and the heavier and the moving breast tissue is going, the more support they need. But even smaller women, because women have a much more fragile neck and shoulder anatomy than men. And so even when they're petite, this moving tissue in the front and the fact that our design is causing us to move forward, it's just women in general.
Yeah.
It's just a huge thing. And our bras don't have to be the way they are.
Let's end on that. Great job. Mary with Posture Wings. Great job. So good to hear from you.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah. All right. And last presenter, we're coming up to the end here of the pitches. We have James from Jewel Case, jewelcase.com. James, if you could share that screen, we'll pull you right up here.
Great.
There you go. And when you are ready, go ahead.
Great. At Jewel Case, we believe that everyone deserves clean, renewable, portable power. We design and manufacture battery systems that stack like Lego blocks to ideally size for your power application. Meet Pete and his son, Timmy. Pete and Timmy live in an apartment in Florida, and Timmy has diabetes, where the worst hurricane season in decades is expected to hit in Florida this summer. Pete is worried about keeping Timmy and his insulin medication cool and refrigerated when the power goes out. Pete could buy a gasoline generator, but the generator would need to be put outside because of the noise and the fumes. The generator would only last as long as the generator has gasoline, with the fuel tank in the generator being about 5 hours of runtime. So meet Jewel Case. Pete can buy exactly the amount of power that he needs to keep Timmy's insulin medication cool and refrigerated. He can also buy some additional modules to keep Timmy's PlayStation game running as well. Jewel Case can be powered via the wall outlet or solar. So with the sun, you have an infinite number of power and it can run forever. Jewel Case has got some exciting traction. We were featured on the Discovery Channel and All American Makers. We were written up in Forbes, the BBC, and GeekWire. And we'll sell about $1 million in 2020. So what would you power with a Jewel Case?
Man, that is awesome. I have so many questions personally. I'm waiting for mine to pop up here, but when it pops up for the screen, I'll pop it up on the screen, the YouTube screen. But James, how heavy is this? Yeah, how heavy is this and how mobile is it? Could people take this hiking, or is it really more for the isolated use cases like you illustrated there, maybe less mobile and more focused?
So this, each one of these systems is about 11 pounds, and it's about the footprint of a legal pad. So, that bottom one, you're going to be carrying about 11 pounds, and then you can get up to well over 100 pounds. And you can check out our YouTube channel. There's some really cool videos showing how we power different music festivals or food trucks and even entire music festival stages.
Very good. Jessica asks, how long does the charge hold per use?
So so in Pete's case, he's waiting for that hurricane to hit. He can have it fully charged and it can sit there for a year. And then you're still going to have the majority of that battery or that energy after a year.
Oh, that's cool. Michelle, what if there's limited sunshine? So if we're talking about solar, what happens then, especially in the Pacific Northwest and not the summer, especially?
So, we sell solar packages, and you can check out shop.jewelcase.com if you want to check out what we currently offer. But there are some solar packages we offer, and it will be 100 watts of solar. 100 watts of solar will charge that small one in about 5 hours. Now, if it's cloudy, that might take 8 to 9 hours.
Interesting. So Christian asks, what's your capital cost per watt?
So we sell this at the retail value. If you look at all the other consumer products out there, it's about $1 a watt hour. Now, when you get to the big systems, like a Tesla Powerwall, it gets a little bit less, and that's the same with us. So our small stuff retails at $1 watt hour, and then we have a big battery system that was called a base station, and these are all the different Lego blocks. So just like Lego blocks, you have different building blocks with this, and it's a different power output or different battery module, or then you incorporate solar or not, and then so the big stuff actually competes even with that Tesla Powerwall. We get down to about 65 cents a watt hour.
Got it. And we're going to take this last question. How does this differ from solar battery chargers on the market now? This is from Scott, and you mentioned a few of the competitors of the market. So how does this differ?
So we were the first battery product that had the stackability Lego blocks out there in the marketplace. EcoFlow has just come out with one as well. Now, what none of them have is they all have just one lithium-ion battery pack. So like I just referenced is that we have two. There's these small blue boxes and there's a bigger one. And we also have IP as well. So we have 2 patents that are issued, and then we have 3 patents that are pending. And the patents that were issued actually are being infringed upon by EcoFlow and by Energy right now. And then so there's some patent litigation around this, but it's not just, there's some keystone technologies. It's not about the lithium-ion battery. It's about that accessibility is what we're trying to package. So it's creating that Fuel 2.0 or that product platform that you can have a portable power product for a house backup, for a camping trip, for a food truck, or a music festival. And Jewel Case has been working on this since 2015, and it's incorporating everything that we've learned into our product and also into our IP. And we're very excited about what we've developed and what the USPTO office has kind of granted us for patents.
Great job, James. Jewel Case, very, very interesting product. Excited to see you grow. Good job.
Thank you.
Well, everyone, here we are. It is time for a vote. It is time to vote. And before we get there, I just want to say incredible work to all the presenters. We're going to bring Melissa back here in a second after we vote, and we will talk with the winner. But it is now time to vote for the winner, which is right there. And also, we're going to bring back Ali, I apologize for that. Ali Diane is going to join us once again, and she is going to sing one more song as we are voting for the winner. But right as we bring Ali back on, I want to just mention, scan that with your phone. You can go to founderslive.com. There's also a link below this video box on YouTube. Click that, walk through. You're going to maybe have to, you're going to have to sign in or sign up real quick. There's a little process there, but vote for your winner. Make sure when you touch that button to vote, if you go through the process of signing up, you're going to need to make sure to go back and make sure that your vote does count. So we're going to spend about 5 minutes on voting. Ali's going to sing another song for us. How are you doing, Ali?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing great. Good to see you again. Please share with us another song as we take our voting.
Cool. So this one is called Baggage. And like everybody in the world, everyone has some sort of baggage that they see in their eyes. I wrote this song for Songland. I was going to possibly be on Songland, which is a show for The Voice, the producers, same people. And it didn't make it, but I'm kind of glad it didn't because now I get the song anyway, and I'll be releasing it soon. So I hope you guys follow me and go to my webpage, alidiane.com. You guys can follow me on social medias and Spotify. And thank you so much, Nick Ellingson and Nick Hughes, for having me here. I'm really excited to be able to perform again. Yeah, thank you very much. This one's called Baggage. I could fall for you if I weren't always stuck inside my room. Built these walls to protect all the things that travel where I go. Hide my baggage close to me. Oh, I keep it locked so you can't see. Everything will be alright. I tell myself they find my place beneath the bed. I'm impossible to love. I'm alone and now to love. I'm impossible to love. Impossible to love. Yeah, running round and round. My happiness on a merry-go-round. Can't get off this ride. I try to see what you see in me. It's hard to love the things you hate. I cover up the worst. Maybe that's what you need to see. To really see the best in me. I hide my baggage close to me. Oh, I keep it locked so you can see. Everything will be alright. I tell myself to find my place beneath the bed. I'm impossible to love. I'm alone and now to love. I'm impossible to love. Impossible to love. Yeah. To love. I'm impossible to love. I'm impossible to love. Yeah.
Allie, so good.
Thank you.
So good. I cannot wait to see your music come out.
Yes,
And
me too.
yeah, hopefully, we can help you further. I'm just gonna offer right now. We have events that happen around the world, and would love to have you again at another event, maybe a different city, different crowd.
Oh, I would love to. Absolutely. Like, email me. I'm totally down for it. Thank you. I'll have more originals too at that point.
Good.
Lots of them, actually. Yeah.
All right. Well, great job. Good to see you, and let's stay connected.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you later.
Wow. All right, Melissa, welcome back. You're on mute.
Yep, I see that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we're about to announce the winner, but okay, you coached them.
Yeah.
It's with Founders Live, and look, I've been doing this 6 years, and there's a bit of like, you're like, oh, it's like every time you're like, you can see your work really. So like, describe what you saw tonight.
I was so proud of everybody. Seriously. They nailed it. There was not one person that missed time. Everyone got it, because that's kind of the game and the tension. And even if there was a little slip with the turning of the slide, they held themselves strong and they stuck to their story. And they were really a delight to work with. Like I said, we only had 2 half-hour sessions. So the first one's the workshop session, and then the second one's the polish session. And some people were making tweaks up till yesterday, and that's fine. They were all paced really, really well throughout the process. So good job, everybody. Should be proud.
Good job, everyone, and specifically, Ching Ching. Welcome. This is our winner.
Thank you. Thank you for this live. Thank you for
and
thank you, Melissa, for help. It was really
fun. My pleasure. I used to be in data sales, so it was fun to talk to her.
Ching Ching, congratulations. Such a great pitch. And, we just want to, I think, Melissa, I'll give it to you. I know that you worked with her, and, is there any specific questions that you have or had on her product? I have a few, but I want to give you the opportunity to just ask a question here.
Yeah, I think it was similar to yours. It was because I was in data sales for a long time, and it was helpful because I could connect to her about that. But it was like, how are you different? You know, because everyone's fighting for that click on the Google or the banner ad. How are you different? And when she showed me the platform, then I was able to really go, oh, and we kind of found her a hedge fund guy, and we made it Edge Fund, and yeah, so it was an interesting journey to see how she differentiated. It wasn't just about data; it was about the insights on that social and the influencers. So it was cool.
Yeah. So Jing Cheng, tell us what you see. Where's this gonna go? Like, what do you see the future of YZ and your product, and especially the evolution of the markets in general? So talk to us about the future.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's actually something really interesting, and it's been in my mind as well for a while. We are in the space of alternative data for YC. So for those of people who don't really understand alternative data is compared to the traditional data. Traditional data, we mean like financial reports, all those daily reports that you get, or quarterly reports, or the financials. And alternative data is an emerging field, and it's been actually expanding over the past years in all kinds of different fields, not just finance, but also in marketing. So all the big retail companies you see, actually, they are targeting using social learning, social listening, and using social media to target at their different markets. And also all kinds of like esports that's emerging. And with COVID-19, actually, it's an interesting time because everybody's at home on their computer. That online data is like the only way to communicate with each other. So we have lots of data on social media and on the news as well. And we utilize this space. And we use of course, the algorithms to develop this and help people to concentrate and better make sense of the data. And how this is going to go. And we have a team of 6 and very talented in the technology company. Our plan, of course, we are raising money at this stage. We are at the seed stage, sorry. And so we have the product released very soon, end of this month, actually, next week. And it's already there. We are looking for help, actually, in terms of investment and early users to help us bring this product into the market and really help people to utilize the alternative data in their daily, basically, investment decisions, or decisions that can help them actually leverage their marketing or other ways of their lives. So if you know anyone who are interested in investing or who are interested in using products like this, please do reach out to us and let me know.
Again, congratulations. So
Thank
cool.
you so much.
Yeah, so cool. Stick around for the networking. I'm sure we'll have more questions and want to chat with you.
Yeah, come to the network. Good job.
All right, Melissa, we are coming to the end here.
Yep.
And yeah, so this has just been so great. I'm going to share my screen one more time. Let's see. I'm going to share that just to go over a few things real quick. And, we are, as Founders Live, the next one is to be announced. We have these events usually at the end of the month. As you know, mostly the Seattle community knows that we usually have these pretty much the last Thursday or Wednesday of the month. So look at that. It will be at the end of July. And thanks, everyone, especially Allie, Diane. Thank you again for your music. You have incredible talent.
So good.
Yeah, work on that. Keep going. Excited to see you develop. Every Founders Live is now your Founders Live. Every city, you can tap into this. There's people from various parts of the world here in the United States today. So feel free to watch any of them that are coming down the line. And with that, join our networking. The link is in the YouTube description, the box below as well. And want to make sure that you join us for networking. It's happening right now. Get in there. I'll be in there soon. And here we go.
Okay. See you soon in the networking. Thanks all.
Bye, everyone.